Have you ever sent a letter? I bet you have at least written one. Our story is about letters, specifically the letter sent to a plump guy in a red suit. In the Royal Postal Academy, a message is delivered to Jasper in his fancy tent. The letter is sent by his father, who is the Postmaster General, asking for him. His father used every influence he had to get Jasper into the Royal Postal Academy. Jasper's father asks the drill sergeant about Jasper's training. Jasper failed intentionally in every training so he could go back to his luxurious life. But his father congratulates him for graduating as a postman. Jasper is surprised, and his father continues to tell him that he is going to the remote island of Smyrnsberg to work as a postman. Jasper tries hard to make his father retract his decision, but his father does not. In addition to that, he requires his son to deliver 6,000 letters in 1 year, and if he fails, he will be cut off. Jasper cannot cheat or bribe his way out. His driver and his fancy horse cart are taken from him, and instead, he is given an old horse cart that he drives by himself. The drill sergeant sees Smyrnsberg as a difficult challenge, and the Postmaster General wants his son to learn the value of hard work. Jasper starts his journey to the island, suffering along the way until he reaches Captain Alfonso Mogans, the ferryman. At first, Mogans thinks Jasper is asking for directions, but Jasper explains that he is the new postman and needs to get to the island. In the boat, Jasper is freezing. He gets surprised when the city appears from the fog, a big, silent, cold city. They enter the city, but no one is there. Jasper wonders where his reception is, and Mogans tells him to ring a bell, and the reception will start. Jasper steps down from the horse cart, gets to the bell, and naively rings it. Men and women come out of their houses, and they clash with the people from the opposite side. They cruelly attack each other. Jasper barely avoids them, and he ends up ringing the bell again. They all stop fighting and freeze in their place. Two old people, Mr. Ellingbow and Mrs. Crumb, and Mr. Ellingbow's daughter, Pumpkin, capture Jasper, and they all question who the new guy is. They laugh loudly when they see that it's a new postman, and before Jasper could talk, someone rings the bell again, and the fight resumes. Jasper runs and heads to a school. He enters the school to find it very smiley, and fish are hanging around him. He heads to the counter where a woman named Alva is chopping a fresh fish. Alva notices his scared face and his uniform and guesses that he is a new postman. She also guesses that Mogans tricked him into ringing the battle bell. Jasper wonders about the school's status. Alva angrily explains that she took a teaching job at a place where people do not send their children to school. She was forced to work selling fish to collect money and start somewhere else. Eventually, Mogans arrives and picks him up. Mogans takes him to the post office, which is a dilapidated and deserted place. Jasper is infinitely surprised when a child throws a snowball at his face and calls him a loser, then skates away. Jasper enters the office to find it very dirty, filled with chickens, and demolished. Jasper thinks Mogans is joking, but Mogans makes it obvious to him that he is not kidding and tells him he is now in Smyrnsberg. Meanwhile, Alva keeps her money in a fish's head. Keep them safe until it's time to leave the island. In the night, Jasper freezes, and in the morning, he wakes up to the sound of a cock. He walks to the toilet on a narrow wooden path and finds a rat in the office. He breaks down but slaps and encourages himself. He goes around the island looking for letters in the mailbox but finds nothing. He tries to convince people to send letters, but they are too busy harassing and annoying each other. As Jasper crosses paths with Mogans, he tells him that the people on this island have nothing to say to each other, they only fight. A paper hits his face, which is a painting of a house with a kid on it. A kid in a house asks Jasper to give him the painting back, but Jasper gets an idea. He tells the kid that he cannot give it back, but he can mail it. He folds it, puts it in an envelope, and asks the kid for a penny to add postage, and he will mail it. The kid's dad shows up with his gun and 2 ferocious dogs. Jasper puts the letter in his bag and escapes. However, the father orders the dogs to catch him, but Jasper manages to get away. In the post office, he motivates himself. Standing in front of the island map, he gives himself 2 weeks maximum to finish the work and leave the island. 2 weeks pass, and the post office is dusty, and Jasper is lying on the table. Mogans opens the window and mocks him. Winds come from the opened window and move the edge of the map. Jasper sticks it back using a stick, and he notices a house on the edge of the island. He asks Mogans, and Mogans tells him it's the house of a nice guy, called Klaus, and he should pay him a visit. Jasper makes his way through the snowy woods to the house and knocks on the door, but no one answers. He notices a workshop by the house and gets in. The door closes due to the wind, and ice blocks fall behind the door, making it difficult for him to open it. He lights a torch and finds hundreds of toys. He heads to a window and intends to open it, but it's tightly closed. A shadow of a huge guy crosses by the window. Jasper gets scared and falls, causing a toy to start playing and making noise. The big guy hears it and opens the door. Jasper crawls to hide but shouts when he sees a cockroach. He faces the big guy, who is Klaus. Jasper screams and escapes. He rides his horse cart and drives far, but he forgot his bag. Klaus throws it in the trash, but the bag opens, and an envelope slides out of it. Winds drive it to Klaus. He opens it and sees the painting and notices the kid looks sad in the painting. Jasper is packing his stuff and intends to leave. He is moving with his horse, but he gets intercepted by Klaus. Jasper thinks Klaus is going to eliminate him at first, but Klaus asks Jasper for the house in the painting. Jasper shows him the way despite his will. Klaus hands Jasper a package to deliver. Jasper tries to get it in the mailbox, but it is not big enough. Klaus points to the doorstep, but the way to the door is filled with traps and there are 2 dogs. Klaus bends the fence bars, pushes Jasper in, and bends them back. The dogs wake up, and they start running toward Jasper. Smartly, Klaus hits a piece of wood that Jasper is standing on, which makes Jasper fly and fall into the house through the chimney. He throws the package next to the chimney and heads to the door to escape. The father wakes up, and Jasper is unlocking the door. Once he leaves the house, Klaus grabs him. The father shoots at Jasper, but he misses. The father goes after Jasper. While Jasper and Klaus are hiding by the house, Klaus looks through the window to see the kid opening the package. The package is a toy, and Klaus observes the kid playing and giggling. Jasper takes advantage and escapes. The kid notices someone behind the window, but when he gets close, Klaus disappears. The next morning, Jasper is hiding in the post office, and he locked the door with the furniture. Kids come knocking on the door. The kid who received the gift tells his cousins that if they send a letter to Klaus, he will send them a toy. They want to send Klaus a letter, and they brought a penny for the postage. Here, Jasper finds his way to go home. He goes around the island, telling kids to write letters to get new toys. He gives the kids pencils and paper for the letters. And in the post office, he draws a chart for the number of letters needed, on the wall. Then he heads to Klaus to convince him to give those kids gifts. He finds Klaus chopping wood in the forest. He talks to Klaus, but Klaus is ignoring him while he is making a nest for the birds and hanging it on the tree with dozens of other bird nests he made. Jasper pulls out the letters the kids sent and tries to make Klaus feel sorry for the poor kids. Meanwhile, winds circle behind Jasper, attracting Klaus's attention. When Jasper looks behind him, it stops. Klaus agrees to give away toys to the kids under the condition of delivering the toys with Jasper in the night. Jasper agrees as he has nothing to do. The boy who delivered the toy from Klaus is playing with it. The frog is jumping around until it reaches another girl. They play together, running after the frog. Their laughter attracts their parents, but the parents get scared when they find their children playing together. They both take their children to the family board. The girl is an Elienbo, and the boy is a Crumb. They cannot play together, due to the hate between the two families. The children do not understand what their fault is. The heads of the families explain to them that for centuries they have been fighting, and the hate is passed down through generations. They had many battles against each other, and the two families cannot stand each other for hundreds but thousands of years until now. It became a tradition. The head of Crumb asks the boy where he got his game from. Klaus and Jasper are delivering games, but Klaus insists on leaving every toy in the house. Jasper suffers from delivering the toys. Snow falls on him, he falls from a height, and chickens run after him. He reaches his office in the morning tired and exhausted. He draws a line on the chart but still needs a lot of letters. He wakes up and starts collecting the letters from the kids. A girl steps in wearing colorful clothes and a hat and speaks a different language. She has no letter, so he ignores her. Some of the kids don't know how to write and want toys, so he suggests they go to school. Alva wakes up to find kids in her shop, which was previously a school. She fights with Jasper and threatens him to stay away from her. He makes her bite for the kids who want to learn, but she leaves him. He wanders around the city and hears all the kids on the island talking about Klaus and how he delivers the toys. He gets angry that Klaus is getting all the credit, but he keeps working and distributing toys, keeping them near the chemistry. One day, he is delivering a toy and finds out that the toy is for the kid who hit him with a snowball, so he takes the toy back and keeps the coal for him. In Alva's fish shop, the kids are sitting. They still want to learn, so she makes a deal with them to teach them something, and in return, they will leave. She teaches them to write their name and finds they want to learn more. She takes money from her savings to buy the tools. Jasper and Klaus are going to distribute toys as usual, but the cart is so heavy that the horse cannot move. At first, Klaus puts some toys down, but Jasper stops him and suggests they use reindeer to pull the cart. Jasper keeps trying to capture one, but he cannot. Klaus uses food to lure the reindeer and ties them to the cart. The reindeer are much faster and more powerful than the horse. The next morning, Jasper is collecting letters when a snowball is thrown at him by the kid who received coal. He is upset because he received coal, but Jasper tells him that Klaus sent him coal because he is doing bad acts and tells him that Klaus knows everything and is watching, and he has a list called a naughty list. The boy gets scared, and the kids on the island start acting well, shaving the yard and helping their neighbor when he fell down while fixing the fence. Some other kids picked their neighbor's berries for her, and in return, she brought berry jam for them. The mother in return brought her a berry pie. All the kids are doing good actions, which started motivating the adults as well. However, the heads of the families do not like that the two family members are treating each other well. Alva takes more money from her savings to buy the kids more stuff, and the fish shop turns into a school again. Jasper is getting more and more letters, but Mrs. Crumb decides to get revenge on Jasper, and Mr. Ellingboat decides the same as well. At night, Klaus and Jasper are on the cart, and Jasper is telling Klaus how the people are changing on the island when they get interrupted by two traps from the two families. One throws them a rock, and the other throws a tree trunk. The two objects are falling down the cliff, and the reindeer run fast, and Klaus cannot control them. They proceed before the rock and tree hit the ground, but the cart loses its wheels. They slide down a cliff and fly high in the air, and at the same time, a kid wakes up and sees them. He thinks the cart is pulled by magical flying reindeer. The cart then falls down and crashes. The next morning, the kid tells the other kids what he saw, a flying cart with magical reindeer. When Jasper tells Klaus, he laughs for the first time. Jasper notices that only a few toys are left in the warehouse. Jasper is now in trouble since he still needs more letters to reach 6,000, and the toys are almost finished. He goes home after his night shift to find the Sami girl at the doorstep. He initially ignores her when she talks, but then he starts talking to her and complains. He gets an idea when he remembers that Christmas is coming soon. Mrs. Crumb and Mr. Ellingboat are having a meeting. Both families are losing their land. Mr. Crumb asks to join forces against Jasper and Klaus and for a truce to be established. They agree to join forces and shake hands on it, but unfortunately, Pumpkin pulls a ring, causing them to fight. Klaus is cutting wood near his house when he feels the wind moving and driving him home. He enters the house to find Jasper there, surprising him. Jasper welcomes Klaus to his new workshop and shows him around. Klaus gives Jasper a presentation, and Jasper suggests giving every child a toy by Christmas. Klaus refuses, saying they do not have enough toys left. Jasper proposes making new ones, but Klaus refuses, saying he no longer makes toys. When Jasper uncovers two small figures of a man and a woman, Klaus gets angry, shouts, and kicks Jasper out of the house. Jasper goes home to find the Sami girl waiting for him. He talks to her about his problems and takes her to Alva to see if she understands the Sami language. Alva welcomes them and offers them hot chocolate. She helps Jasper understand what the girl wants. Jasper heads home and starts working on it. Klaus is in his home, thinking about what happened. He goes to Jasper and finds him sleeping by the wood and equipment. Klaus wakes Jasper up, and they work together. Before sunrise, they sail by Mogen's ferry and drive their cart to reach the Sami's tents, where they leave the girl's toy. They hide and wait for her reaction. At sunrise, she wakes up and finds her package. She opens it and finds the slider she wished for. Her parents help her play with it, and she giggles and laughs. Meanwhile, Mrs. Crumb and Mr. Ellingboat enter the post office, and they see the letters chart. They understand Jasper's goal, and plan to write letters to get rid of Jasper. Jasper and Klaus are back at Klaus's house, chatting when Klaus starts telling his story to Jasper. Klaus had a beautiful marriage and built the house on the spot his wife liked. They wanted kids and waited for a long time, during which Klaus started making toys for their coming child. He made more and more toys while they waited, but it never happened. His wife got sick and passed away. Klaus still feels her around him, and he made all the birdhouses because she loved birds. Until Jasper showed up and saw the joy the children had receiving the toys, Klaus agrees to Jasper's plan to make toys for Christmas. Jasper feels guilty that he has not told Klaus about his plan. While Jasper is walking home, he hears music and singing coming out of the school. He enters the school and finds it entirely different, clean, smelling fine, and with paintings hanging instead of fish. One day while they are working, Klaus shows up in a red and blue outfit. The Sami tribe insisted on making him that outfit. Then there's a knock at the door, and Jasper opens it to find his father. He takes his father outside to talk. His father came to see the achievement his son achieved, 14,000 letters off the island of Smyrnsberg. Jasper is confused until he sees Mrs. Crumb and Mr. Ellingboat. They alerted Jasper's father of the achievement that happened. His dad offers to take him back home to his luxurious life, but Klaus, Alva, and everybody are standing behind him, disappointed as they discover Jasper's plan. He intends to explain, but they do not listen and leave him. Jasper gets in the fancy cart with his father, and they ride the ferry with Mogans. Jasper sits sadly on the ferry, and Mogans notices it, telling Jasper's father that he never saw a postman that sad while leaving the island. So his father goes and sits in front of him. The Sami girl stands by the sea and calls for Jasper while the ferry is going further. Jasper answers her to relax and looks to find her standing by the sea. Jasper told his father everything, and his father told him he was proud of him. Jasper then decides not to leave. While sitting, he notices the clans heading to Klaus's house. Klaus, Alva, and the Samis are carrying the toys to the sleigh. The clans show up and want to take the toys, but Klaus allows them to take them under the condition of not hurting anyone. They are about to take the gifts, but Jasper shows up, jumps over the toy bag, and unties it. The bag and Jasper fall into the sleigh, and he orders the reindeer to move, but unfortunately, it's unattached. But they slide down the hill. The clans go after them. Jasper asks for Klaus's help, but he refuses and scolds Jasper. The clans cut the bag, and the gifts fall. Then, clan members jump into the cart. Klaus slides the sleigh, causing them to fall. Pumpkin falls down while trying to catch up with them. The ice breaks under her, but a member of Crumb's family saves her. Meanwhile, Jasper tries to stop the gifts from falling. They slide down a cliff, and the clans stop. Klaus jumps off the sleigh, but Jasper refuses to leave it. He stops the sleigh using his bare hands, and he was very close to failing. But Mrs. Crumb shows up and pushes the bag off the cliff. Then she is about to leave with the clans, believing they won. Jasper attracts their attention to stop them. He says that a true act of goodwill always sparks another. She mocks him, but he tells her to look behind. She looks behind to find Pumpkin carrying the guy from the other family, and they go after her to stop her. Jasper looks down and notices that there is wood in the gift wraps, not toys. Alva comes with the reindeer and cart, carrying a big bag of toys. It turns out that Alva, Klaus, and the others knew about the clan's plan through the kids and exchanged the toys with decoys. Everything was planned until Jasper showed up and fought for the decoys. That way, Jasper gained their trust again. Jasper and Klaus ride their sleigh and go on their way to deliver the toys. The next morning, the kids wake up to find their toys waiting for them. After that Christmas, the island continued to change for the better. Pumpkin got married, Alva and Jasper got married, and every Christmas, thousands of letters were sent. More and more each time, and from farther away, they had to expand the operation. Years went by, and they got older and older, but their lives were going well. But in the 12th year, while Klaus was cutting wood, he felt the winds driving him up the hill. He looked at it, put his axe down, took a deep breath, and walked up the hill. Jasper looked for him in the house, workshop, and asked everyone, but he found nothing, as if he faded away. At Christmas, Jasper put his kids in their beds, went down the stairs, sat by the chimney, and had milk and cookies. What happened to Klaus after that is never known, and Jasper stopped trying to make sense of it long ago. Jasper waits by the chimney throughout the whole night. Once a year, Jasper gets to meet his friend.